Hey, good morning, everybody. MG here. MG Covers bringing you a brand new sports handicapping video. Title of this video is a preview of today's MLB slate for 4/19/2022. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, love to have you as a subscriber. If you want to follow me on social media, give out a ton of content on Instagram. On my storyline, screen name there is MG Covers, cover spelled with a Z. Let's dive right into it. Before we get to today's games, I want to let you know what you're looking at on the screen. These are my power rankings. We're going to look at yesterday's power rankings. And remember, I talked about in a previous video, our approach this year, and I believe it's going to be successful, is using the play against concept in Major League Baseball. What we're looking for is to play against a poor hitting team and to play for a team that's really good. And the power rankings you see over here on the left, this is from 4/18. So there's no pitching stats including in my power rankings. Reason being, I'll show you a few examples. Pitching is going to be very overvalued, always has been, always will be. So by not including that in the power rankings, we get a ton of value. So the games I want to look at from yesterday, we didn't have any that fit the play against concept. Play against concept has gone 6-2 so far since I've tracked it, I think, in the last week. But there were no games that met that criteria. But there are a few games I want to look at from yesterday. You take a look at this Tampa Bay, Chicago. My line was -104 Tampa, -163 Chicago Cubs. That translates into 51% chance of winning for Tampa, 62% chance of winning for Chicago. The books had Tampa the favorite, -136. Chicago was +126. So you got a lot of value there with Cubs. Again, almost similar to the play against, but you're focusing on playing a good hitting team. Reason being, we talked about hitting. If a team goes down, a good hitting team goes down, say 3-0, if you're wagering for the good hitting team, I know it sounds elementary, but they're always going to be in that game because they have a chance to come back. You play a poor hitting team, they'll go down 5-0. Very difficult for that poor hitting team to come back. So in this case, Chicago went up early, 2-0. Tampa ties it. Cubs get two more in the 7th and 8th, going to win that one. And of course, really good value winning at a +126 dog. Second one I want to look at is Philadelphia, Colorado. Both teams were favorites via my line. We had Philadelphia -127. Colorado was -158. 61% chance of winning. Same deal as Chicago. You're getting great value there with Colorado. -165 Philadelphia, +145 for Colorado. Colorado scored 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. He said, why was Philadelphia favored? And talked about it in the preview. Pitching is always going to be overvalued in Major League Baseball, just the way that it is. And then the actual impact of that game is sometimes it really doesn't. Nola took the loss there, came out in the 6th inning. But again, it's, hitting's way undervalued. So if you focus on that value, you get a ton of value. All right, so those were the two from yesterday. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in and preview and take a look at today's games and see what we have for today. Okay, now when you see a game like this, my line, two poor hitting teams, Arizona, Washington, it just makes it extremely unpredictable. So obviously that would be a pass. San Francisco Mets are on a doubleheader. Our line, San Francisco -113, Mets -144. Feel like Mets should get one of those. Believe it or not, line is, you got 4 different pitchers there. Line's basically the same. Mets -125. So you get a little bit of value there with the Mets. Look at Cleveland. That's definitely one that fits our criteria. You have White Sox +122, my line. Cleveland is -150. However, you got to lay -141, so you're not really getting a ton of value. And what I mean by value, let's take a look. If you don't know how to do this, very important. We're just calculating margins. So the sports book is charging us -141. Our line is -150. So to figure out your margin, you just take the little number, -141, divide it by the big number, -150. You get that number, subtract 1. You can do this in your head. It's a simple calculation. You're only getting 6% margin. So that's not really good. I've used this example many times. If you were walking to Best Buy and they said, hey, we got a sale on cell phones, huge discount, and you ask what percentage is the discount, they said, we got a huge sale. It's a 6% discount off all cell phones. It's not really a good deal, right? Now, if they said it's a 25% discount, hey, that's a little bit better of a deal, right? So 6% margin is not enough margin to consider that a play. Again, you go back to the Cubs game down here, definitely getting some value again with them. Feel like they're undervalued in this one. Tampa's plus 104, my line. Cubs are minus 156, and you only have to lay minus 105, so you're getting huge value there. So let's calculate that value. Minus 105. So the little number goes on the bottom, divided by that big number is minus 156. And this is the same way companies calculate profit margin as well. Minus 1. Now we're getting a 33% margin on the Cubs. So a significant margin there in favor of the Cubs. All right, so that would be a potential play. Let's see, did I skip one? We talked about the Mets, and we talked about Cleveland would be a no play. And definitely some value there with the Cubs, and I believe that's it. And again, when you, back to Colorado as well. Yeah, same deal here, Colorado. Gibson is valued higher than Freeland here. Our line, Philadelphia minus 122, Colorado minus 163. And, of course, you can get dog money again with Colorado, not as much as yesterday, but still good money there at plus 120. And when I want to point out something, these are marginal games. When you look at this, there's really very difficult to cap. Dodgers are minus 138. My line, minus 149 at the books. Atlanta's minus 127. Atlanta's plus 130. Again, not a significant difference between these two. So if you're looking at, I would definitely weigh the previous games we looked at because you have extremely good hitting team as opposed to these games where the line is very tight. So definitely leans for today. Just a quick review are going to be the Cubs there. And what was the other one? Colorado. Again, marginal game, Minnesota, Kansas City. Both teams, don't hit the ball very well. Minnesota plus 133, my line. Kansas City plus 150. This is actually a really good line for the books here. Minus 115, minus 105, basically a coin flip game. So there's no real value in playing either side there. So if you want access to these power rankings on a daily basis, you can do that. It's $49.95 per month, and that gives you access to all my coaching videos as well. I upload one coaching video per week for clients. We have hockey still going on, NBA, soccer power rankings for over 12 different leagues, and as well as in Major League Baseball power rankings you're looking at here. If you want access to everything I just mentioned, in addition to all my plays for all sports, that is $99 a month, and you can join for an entire year, $4.99. You save about $600 off that yearly price. Ton of value there, and that includes everything for an entire year. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, MGCovers, cover spelled with a Z. Good luck wagering on Major League Baseball, and we will talk to you guys soon. Peace.